Let's see. All right. What's going on, everybody? This is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. Let me know if you can hear me. But this morning, I'm coming to you Saturday morning instead of Friday evening because I know you guys have things to do on Friday, and I know Saturday is probably a better thing for you. Some of you are probably out eating pancakes. Some of you are getting this alert while you're doing something important. Some of you may be getting this alert in the evening because usually I'm on at night, and if you're in another part of the world, now you're getting it at a more reasonable time. So I got to switch it up every now and then because the United States is not the only place that we're actually getting live from. So if you guys are getting this from somewhere else, here you go. Okay, so if you guys know, and put your name in the chat. Once you put your name is already up there. Tell me where you're from in the chat, and then we'll get right to it. We got a few people jumping in already, and we'll see if we are going to talk about this particular topic today. Now, today, you guys will see from my board back there, we got depressed, stressed, and a mess. Now, why are we talking about depression today? Because depression is a side effect of something else that's going wrong in your body, something else that's going wrong in your mind, and sometimes something that's going wrong in your physiology. And most people think that they tend to attribute most of your stress to your mind instead of to your body. But here's the truth about the matter. If I were to inject you with some kind of chemical to alter your mental state. If I just inject you with dopamine, you would be the happiest person you ever saw in your life, just simply from a chemical injection. However, I can make you a raving homicidal lunatic if I were to inject you with something that would extremely depress your serotonin, depress your dopamine, and all of a sudden now you're a serial killer. Now, I'm hoping it doesn't take that far. It just enhances what's there already. Most people are good, nice people, but you could become a totally different person if we just change your chemistry. That's the thing. So I just want to make sure everything is working right. Everybody is in here and everybody can get your questions answered. Now, I see we already got 23 people in here. I really do appreciate you guys jumping in, but tell us where you're from. We got Johnny Limitless Sanchez. Okay, from San Diego. We're all the way in California this morning. Okay, love it. Frenchie. Hey there, Doc. Okay, non-doc. Remember, non-doc. Okay, and Karen has left a aloha, maybe in Hawaii. All right, so I know I said that right. Okay, now, if you guys have it, okay, we need to find out if you guys can hear me. So just let me know. Just hit hear it. We hear you in the chat so I can know that everybody is getting this loud and clear. I got a big old microphone sitting here, so hopefully everybody can hear me. Okay, been feeling crappy lately, I see. Now, so this is right on time for Johnny because we're talking about depression today. Now, let's talk about the real cause of depression because most people are dealing with depression, and this is what most people experience as far as depression, but is it the cause? Not really. So you see, everybody's dealing with the same things on a daily basis. So you see, when you deal with depression, you have things come at you. And sometimes when you don't have the coping mechanisms in order to handle those situations, it appears that everything is overwhelming. Now, when everything is overwhelming and you guys are getting into a depressed mode, it seems like what you're trying to do is, and take this visual, you got stuff coming at you, right? And when you have things coming at you in life, what happens is what you're trying to do is trying to take the river and keep it in front of you. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to stay ahead of the river and you're trying to stop it at the same time. But you'll notice that the more you try to stop the river, the harder and harder it gets, and the harder and harder it gets. And then all of a sudden you're going to come to a time where all of a sudden now the river bursts the dam and now everything starts flooding past you and you can never get it back. You can never get it to flow the opposite way. It's just crushing over you. That's the way most people feel with depression. They're trying to hold back the world as if it's a dam, and they're trying to keep it all in front of them when you know it's always, always, always. Life is that way. It's going to blow past you. All you can try to do is stay where you are and do what you do, even while the river, the ocean, whatever body of water you want to consider, keeps rushing past you. However, what other people do is they can not stand there, because that takes strength to actually just keep what's coming, just hitting you, and you just keep going through it. However, a lot of people, they go with it. You go with the flow. And that means you try to fit in. Now, nobody says you want to be a part of the status quo. I'm not talking about that right now. But what I am talking about is survival, meaning meaning that human beings survive by being in a united pack and working together. That's how we have survived all these thousands of years. However, when we start being individuals like we are now, because there are so many creature comforts in our lives, it's easy to become an individual and forget about other people, not realizing that the group is what got you here. Remember, when people start getting rich, they forget where they came from, and then all of a sudden they think that they're alone and they don't have to go back and do anything. People, when they get educated, they feel like they're smarter than everybody else. They stop talking to the people who are less intelligent, and therefore they seem like, or they end up by themselves because there's no more what do they call it, convo or conversing between the two. That's what we got here today. People are breaking off into their segmented little piles and segmented little areas where they're trying to be alone, and that's not good, especially for depression, which leads to stress, which leads to physiological health problems. All right, you guys didn't know stress could kill you, did you? You thought it was something that just messes with your mind and eventually you'll get over it. Nope, stress can kill you dead. That's how powerful stress is. Stress is enough to raise your blood pressure. Stress is enough to increase your blood calcium level. Stress is enough to decrease the circulation of your blood throughout your body. Stress is enough to shrink the size of your heart, therefore deform your heart valves, and therefore you have congestive heart failure. That will lead to a heart attack. Okay, that in the brain will lead to a stroke. You didn't know all this could happen from stress, but stress is a physiological response. It's not just something that happens in your mind. So get that out of your head. Now, if you want stress to take you over, this is what you do. Take medication for it. Okay. Now, some people are to the extreme of a personality characterization where they have to take medication or it will lead to homicidal tendencies or suicidal tendencies. We don't want that. Okay, so some people, you're going to have to give them drugs because that's what is going to prevent them from harming themselves or somebody else. Now, you don't have to do that, but I'm going to get some of your questions because I want to hear some of what you guys are dealing with as far as stress is concerned. So let's get some people in the chat here to tell us what is stressing you out now, or was there a very stressful situation in your life that you were dealing with? I need you guys to put that in the chat right now. I need to figure this out. So we got, okay, Frenchie, we got North Dakota, we got Lisa G coming from New York, we got Thais? All right, Boykins, where from California, here from Richmond Park, Illinois. All right, from my home state. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Started viewing with a critical eye. Yes. Can't find it yet. All right. So stress is the root cause of all illnesses. All right. Eve in Detroit. All right. Evening in Detroit. So good stuff. Good stuff. Frank Wonder in the house. I like it. Caribbean Trinidad. All right. I like that. Natasha McLean, all the way from Trinidad. I love it. All right. So very good. So yes. What's up, Alvin J from Daryl Lumpkin? Very good. All right. Denise Rutherford, I see you. Denise, I got you still. Remember. Okay. I remember from our phone call. So good stuff, Denise. Stress from discrimination and relationship. Oh, man. All right. Now, when you say discrimination, a relationship is easy because every relationship that you're in, whether it be a parent, whether it be a child, whether it be a significant other, it's stressful, period, because that person is not you. You are dealing with a set of problems that are not your own. It's built-in stress. So you got personality conflicts, you got idealism conflicts, you got morality conflicts. It's all built in. So let's go with this. We got, hold on. So, but the other one is interesting. Discrimination. How so? So, Michael, tell us a little bit about that. I want to know, what are we talking about here this morning that somebody out there right now who is watching, what stressful, depressive state did you actually encounter within your life that kind of threw you for a loop, didn't ever think it would happen to you, but it did. So let me know about that in your life. Okay, so let's see. I got some comments coming in. I see. Okay. Let me see. Given how all our man-made systems are designed to result in stress, every human is dealing with stress, even if they don't recognize it. Of course. All right. So everything about culture nowadays goes against your natural human state. I'll say that. And that is true. Now, the reason they have to groom you from birth is because they have to get you to do what they want. So that's why we have this consumer mentality as far as our society. This is why you can't get people to care for each other anymore. See, the people who are doing the good work, they got like 20 views on their video. The people who are doing the bullshit out there, the people who are making funny videos, the people who are crashing bikes and eating animals and stuff on camera for views, they got 3 million views. They got 10 million views. Somebody sings a great song and all of a sudden they have 300 million views. But when you tell somebody that you can help them with diabetes, cancer, leukemias, and stuff like that, and you can actually demonstrate that and show that, guess what happens? Nobody watches. Now, I have a lot of followers for a medical channel because what I do is I talk about natural ways to get rid of most metabolic conditions. I want to end that here on Earth. And most people subscribe to my channels because I give actionable information that you guys can use, and I actually demonstrate that in a video. That's the stuff that people need in order to live longer. Obviously, people don't want to live longer because I don't get as many subscriptions, I don't get as many views as somebody who is actually on here just doing reviews about pots and pans. So somebody who's doing reviews about makeup, somebody who's doing toy reviews. You know, I don't knock them for that. That's what they do to make a living. You know, that's what people do. There's a whole bunch of different avenues. This is just the one I chose. If I want to, I'll go into something else that is more popular so that I can try to make money from it if that's what I want to do. But I want to help people, and that doesn't come with the highest of prices until I start helping people on a personal level. And then all of a sudden I can actually get the pay that I deserve for the work that I do. But other than that, you don't get that from the good work that's being done. I want to see more people supporting more causes that actually do good in people's lives rather than trying to support all of this junk. Cat videos. I mean, I never understood it. I see some other people love cat videos. They love animal videos. They love when you put an iPhone in a blender and blend it up. But I'm just thinking in my mind, like, what the fuck? Is that what it takes in order to get somebody to watch something and then you have to put a message in there? I understand this is a new age. Sometimes you have to do that. You have to show them what they want to see in order so you can sneak a message in there. But in doing that, you have to give up a part of your morality in order to be able to deliver a message. That's what I think a lot of pastors do nowadays. I think that's what a lot of commercials do. I think that's what private industry does on television. They try to sell you a product, but they know you won't buy it if they just say product, price. They know they have to talk to you on a family level. So what do? They show you a family, even though it's totally irrelevant. They will show you a family and a mother and daughter doing something together, a dad and a son doing something together, and then they'll pop up their logo, Travelers Insurance, we care. No, the fuck you don't. However, when people like me who get on, you can see I'm fired up, I'm passionate, and if I curse, so what? It's just what it is. If you don't like cursing, go to somebody else's channel. But I have to say it like that because I'm tired of sugarcoating anything. I'm tired of people actually listening to sugar-coated, honey-laced, gold-plated BS on a plate because they believe that they have to get some entertainment value out of it. I believe this is entertaining enough if you care about it. Now, I have to deliver, but that's the whole thing about it. I have to deliver, and I do on what I believe in, but I'm not going to go the shucking and jiving, putting on a whole big show act in order to do that. I'll make it interesting. Yeah, because then I have to keep it exciting for myself. However, I'm not going to bend over and do some junk that I've just seen online that gets 10 million views, and I'm going to replicate or copy that just so I can bring people in. First of all, those people are not interested in health. They're interested in watching cat videos. And second of all, those people are not going to be interested in all the stuff that I talk about, nor the services that I offer in order to save somebody's life. That's why I don't care. So if I don't get the large following, that's okay. But I'm just telling you, I think sometimes you have to stand up for stuff, and some of you are willing to lay down for a buck instead of stand up for what's right. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Oh, well, look at this. All right. So Daryl Lumpkin said my son was hit by a car. Now that's deep. Okay, I see you. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Barbara Hartman, narcissistic relationship. tried to delete my standards. Oh my goodness, Barbara. All right. Now I know. So that's very exciting because Barbara said that what she did was she tried to bring in 50-50, and because her husband was a certain way, okay, or a significant other was a certain way, she tried to break her 50 down to 35 so that he could be the 65 in order to make this thing work. That's not right. All right. You have to bring 100. He brings 100. And if one of you go away, you're still at 100. But you don't put 50-50 together and make 100. You come together as 100. And if anything gets lost, it's filled in by the other person. If anything on this side gets lost, it's filled in by the other person. It's 100-100. So if that person completely goes away after 10 years and just leaves and says, the hell with it, I don't want to do this anymore, you should be like, I loved him. I'm going to cry for a few nights, but then that shit is over. I'm going to start anew because I was confident and whole in myself the entire time. Don't depend on other people for your happiness. Don't depend on other people for money. Don't depend on other people for emotional support. You have that all on your own. Having other people is nice. It's necessary for survival, but nobody said you had to be married to it. Okay, so let me see. True. All right. So Natasha says, yes, I love it. Not too deep, but Jesus had 12 disciples, but the ministry of Christ spread across the world. So don't be discouraged. We appreciate your gift for us. Thank you, AJ. Great is your reward. All right. Thank you, Denise. I really do appreciate that. I accept all the blessings, and I actually increase them and send them back to all of you. Okay. You guys like that saying about pay it forward. That's what I like to do as well. So when Denise passes on to me, I'll pass it on to somebody else. I'll pass it on to you all, but I know that I'll keep getting it back because I love helping you guys. I love the questions that you ask, and I love just coming on here. So I got to get off here in a minute. I got about 10 more minutes, and then I have I have to get on my lives with my diabetes people. So in my course. So if you guys are not in the course, I see the description the link is in the description right below this video. If you guys have not seen the course, at least watch the webinar. If you have somebody in your family who's dealing with diabetes, okay, that's it. Okay. Now, if you guys are not going to get into the course, or you don't have want to do a course, you just want to do something simple, have something to look through, then you guys will have the book, Eat Butter, Smoke Marijuana, Kill Cancer, and Live to 100. That is my book that I actually put out, and that's selling on Amazon. That link is in the description also. So if you guys want to pick this up, I have no shame in actually plugging my stuff, because you know why? Come on, tell me why. Because it works. Okay, so if you guys don't have the book, go get it. All right, it's even got my ugly face right there on the back of it. Okay, look at that. It's a good likeness. Okay, now also if we're talking about depression today, I made a video about depression a while ago. That is also in the video, in the description of this video. So once this video is done, it will upload in the description, and you guys will be able to see those links. Okay, so if you guys want anything from this video, just look below the video, and you guys will see the links that I put in there for you. Okay, good stuff. All right, now let's go ahead and get some more questions here, because I want to know, we got to see what kind of value we can bring to you as far as getting rid of this thing that we call depression. Okay. Let me see. Okay, No Name is making a lot of comments in here. One of which is, I've mastered stress, not perfect, but I've had to really study how not to experience stress, but rather use what could be stress as an opportunity. Okay. All right. So, and what he means is, or she, I don't know. It says no name, so I don't know if it's he or she. Now, as far as this, when we say, when he says use it as an opportunity, that usually means that instead of running from it, you face it, realize it for what it is, and then you can actually deal with the different aspects of it one at a time, so that you can actually see that, oh, you know, stress is not as bad as I thought. See, people are making it an abstract monster in their mind, as if it's this huge thing that you have to deal with. But if you really just break it down, all it is a couple of little factors that you have to fix. Now, this is what I want you guys to realize. We are chemical beings. We run on hormones, enzymes, neurotransmitters. That stuff rules your mood. So, and a lot of people think psychology rules. No, it's the chemicals. Psychology influences the chemicals, and chemicals outwardly express your phenotype, what is expressed to the outside world. So let's talk about how we get rid of this. And this is in my opinion. First of all, you have to remove the negative stimuli if you believe it's psychological. If you're around negative people, you have to get away from them or block them out. Sometimes it's apparent. You can't just walk away from mom and dad. You'll have to block that out. You have to listen to what they say, let it go in one ear and out the other, and then go get your positive mood tapes, your binaural beats, talking to your positive friends in order to get that message to stick in your brain. Because no matter what, whatever message you play in your head, your brain has no choice but to take the command as truth if it hears it often enough. So if you hear somebody negative in your ear every single day and they are piling on this negative sentiment in your brain, you will experience that and you will live by that if you hear it often enough. Remember, Hitler said, if you tell a lie loud enough and long enough, people have to believe it. If you tell a lie loud enough and long enough, people have to believe it. That's how you spread propaganda that people have no interest in believing, but get them to believe it because you said it so many times and in so many ways that they had no choice but to accept it. It's called breaking a human being. Okay, now here's the bigger part of depression. Most people don't realize that serotonin is your happy hormone. Dopamine is your ecstatic hormone. What makes you feel happy? Serotonin. So when you feel good, you're smiling, all that good stuff, that's serotonin. When somebody tells you that you won the lottery, you get absolutely excited. Okay. Now, you just ecstatic, you're giddy, right? That's dopamine. Dopamine also controls your muscle movements. Now, if we were to release those in a normal amount and they're able to attach to receptors in your brain, that's what we got. We got two parts. You got to release it. You got to accept it. Now, let's talk about the releasing. Most people think that serotonin and dopamine, because they're neurotransmitters, they come from your brain. However, that's not true. All right. 90% of serotonin and 80% of dopamine both come from the floor of your digestive tract. Meaning, if you want a better mood, all you have to do is flush out your colon. And guess what? Your mood magically improves within 1 hour. That's it. Okay. Now, that's not the end all be all, but it's a big damn part of it. Okay. So flush out your colon. You'll see that you can absorb better. Now, that's good to release it, but you got to be able to do the other side, which is accept it. Meaning your receptors have to be non-deformed, meaning regular, in order so you can have the neurotransmitter fit and you get the desired response, happiness. Well, if you can't do that, meaning if you have migraine headaches all the time, I guarantee your receptors are not primed to accept serotonin or dopamine. Your muscles are not primed because you'll notice when you're depressed, especially for a long time, you'll notice that you're weak, your shoulder slump, you don't want to do anything, and your energy is low. That's a good indication you're low on serotonin and you're low on dopamine. So what I'm going to do is let you guys just chew on that for a little bit because most people don't realize that depression is a thing that will actually take you out if you let it. So I want you to release those chemicals, all right, inside your body, those hormones, those enzymes, and I want you to be able to accept them too. How do you reverse the thing? Do a saline wash. I got a video on it on my very channel. Flush out your system. When you flush out your system, then what's going to happen after that? You're then going to be able to operate without the toxins in the way. Now, your receptors, if you flush your liver, coffee enema, if you flush your liver, you'll notice that now your liver is cleaning your blood. It's making your clotting factors. It's upping your energy. It's boosting your immune system. And now all of a sudden you become a whole brand new person physiologically because now you've cleaned out your system. So we handle this and we're trying to handle this on a psychological level, getting rid of the negative people and doing this from a physiological level, which is cleaning out your insides. If you do both of those, guess what? You have no choice but to improve. None. Okay. That's not like you're going to get rid of the negative people, start putting positive images in your mind, and you're going to take care of your gut. All right. That's one of the most important things. The gut is made up of the same cells that are making up your brain. Neurons. Okay. Your gut thinks for itself. Therefore, if your brain goes dead, you still digest food. You're still on a cellular level, still go through the digestive process of breaking down foods using the mitochondria and using ATP as energy in order to feed you as a human being. So don't be disappointed if you see that it doesn't work in 2 days. Give it 2 weeks. and let's see, can we make some improvements in your depression? Okay, so I want to see how this works for you guys. So I see people talking in the chat. I'm about to get out of here. I only have a few minutes before I got to get on with my diabetes group, my training session here. So if you guys are not in the diabetes thing, remember, link in the description of the video. If you don't have the book, all right, link in the description. And if you want to see the other depression video that I had on my channel, that is also in the description. I'll talk to you guys. All right, I got to shout some people out. I didn't have too many questions in here, but I want to get back on and I want to discuss this a little bit further. So I might do a part 2 of this to see if we can actually get some more responses as far as getting rid of diabetes. Okay, so I am Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. I really do thank you guys for coming by. I'm going to say no name, Denise Rutherford. You guys have a great weekend. All right, we got Belle in here, Neville Moore, Daryl Lumpkin. I love it. Nice. Daryl, we got you. Devin Carlisle. Okay. Devon. Okay. Tim Samore. Got you in here. I like it. I like it. Who else we got? I got to shout out some more people. I know I saw some more people in here. Lisa G. Gotcha. Okay. And Natasha McLean. Gotcha. Mr. Barbados, I know he's in here somewhere. Barbara Hartman, okay. So, Thais Boykins, all right, I got you again. Jeff Haynes, thank you for stopping by. Starts in the gut, the second brain. Jeff Haynes, I love it. He said it before I even got to it. I'm sorry, Jeff. I wasn't trying to skip all the comments, but I have to say to you all, thank you all for stopping by. I know you guys had things to do on your weekend. Go ahead and do those things. I'm off to my diabetes live session, so you guys have a good one. I love talking to you. Don't be afraid to ask any question. It doesn't have to be on our topic. I'll just get to those at the end, usually when we get to our talk. But hopefully I'll do a part 2 of this to see if I can get some more responses as far as this depression, because I know this was a little rushed, but I want to get more feedback from you guys. Thank you for leaving your comments, and you guys have a nice weekend. I'm going to be out of here, so you guys have a great one, and from live out here from Illinois and Las Vegas, I'll see you guys later. Okay, have a good one, and I'll talk to you. All right, later.